Alright. We are live, guys. Yeah, so great. We are live. Let's go. Alright. Are there any troubles? Let's see. Alright, everything looks well. Perfect. So, today I just thought that we would, or that I would continue on this, like, let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's hide all these. Whoops. Yeah, something like that. Perfect. And now we need to hide some more stuff so it doesn't look, whoops, too weird. Come on. Something like that. Something like that. And then we are supposed to, still doesn't understand. Let's see here. Let's see if that's okay. Alright, so now just gonna see if I can find them. Gonna erase those or just remove temporarily. Don't really know. Oh, these skulls. I need to remove these skulls. Of course. There's no reason to be there. And these, so, alright. And I don't want the cape. So, here we have like the general armor, alright? So, wait, why are they showing? Let's see here. Sorry, guys. So, something like this. Here is the overall concept. So, I just thought that we would develop this a little bit. So, something like, yeah, I've started here. Start creating these like group here with these like all these different parts. So we're just gonna continue with blocking out the armor, start to create these crisp, nice sharps, you know, sharp corners and everything like that. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, let's just begin to create this armor, something like that, and then yes, let's hide all of this. Something like this. Here we have like the basic armor so far. Now, I just think that we should start to block out like the side parts and all these different kind of cool parts that just helps to keep the armor together. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do it, guys. Let's go. So yeah, something like this right here. This part right here, I ain't actually a very big fan of this part I created here. So I'm actually gonna change it and make a little bit of a different part with like the same like shape. So let's see. Just gonna find a nicer reference so it's easy for me to see what I'm supposed to do. Right? Is that 2 parts? Probably, right? Yeah, I do believe it's actually 2 parts. So we have 1 part right here. How are you guys doing, by the way? Are you all good? Hello there. Hello. Yeah. Alright. So, how are you doing? Let's see here now. Yes, going to add these shapes right here. Extract it. Double check that it actually looks good. Something like that. Then let's delete here. So modify topology, delete, and then we're just gonna start really simply with zero mesh. Alright, something like this. Maybe something like this. And we're gonna see. I want some topology, but not too much. A little bit more actually. Tiny bit more topology. Something like that. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, let's see if we can get some more clean topology, because this doesn't look too good, if I'm supposed to be honest, you know. So, yeah. Alright. I haven't streamed in a while now, guys, so we'll see how this is going to go. Yeah, this is a very tedious process, just creating one piece and then just building it up around everything like this. This is just something that takes time. So something like that. And then I want these sharp corners to make it look more evil, you know? So that's really cool. You really want like to make it look more like evil to this character. Yeah, because I'm working on... Let's see. Alright, let's see here now if I can just delete what I'm not supposed to use. Can delete those. Can delete those. Can definitely delete this. Can delete that. So I can show you guys more easily what I'm working on. I can delete cape. I can delete those. So alright, here is like the character. This is what we're supposed to create, and this is going to become really cool, like in the end. So right now, we're just gonna create these parts here, and then, yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. Just keep like working on these shapes. So now, let's see, like this part. Let's see here. Make sure that the corners are sharp. Everything looks nice and crisp, and something like this. Making sure that it actually is going to go something like a straight line right here. That can be a bit challenging actually. Let's see. I'm not sure if this would actually work. Let's just see. No, that won't work. Doesn't look like that will work actually. No, that won't work. Or wait, maybe. Maybe actually. We do that, and then we do this. Something like that. Make this a little bit sharper. Something like... So, why did we get 2? I don't know. And honestly, doesn't matter too much. So, let's just delete that. And then create something like this. Hit a basic shape. Yeah, as I said, very tedious process. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Something like so, maybe. Alright, I'm just gonna keep working. Something like that, possibly. Let's see, something like that. Alright, let's see here. So I'm just gonna hide this for a second actually. Try to create the shapes and really make them stand out a little bit more. I know this is a pretty straight line at the moment, so we're actually just gonna keep that and then make this a little bit sharper and closer together. Something like that. But it still needs to be a small distance in between, because these are supposed to be connected later, which, like, you know, like, not buckles, but, yeah, you know, these, like, I think they're called hinges, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that, guys. Something like this. Alright. Something like that. And here we want this nice curve, artistic curve, you know. And just gonna see. Oh, whoa, nope. Let's see. Same group, something like that. And then here, just smoothing it out to make it a lot simpler and a lot easier to manipulate and to control these shapes. Something like so, right? Make this a little bit rounder. Sharpening up the shapes. Oh yeah. I need to tell my Discord that I'm live. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. So there. Something like that. Alright. Let's see. Right, something like now. And let's see. I'm not super used to Discord, so sorry that this takes a moment. Let's see. Nope. So now I've told my Discord users that I am live. Perfect. So we can clearly see that these shapes are supposed to be very sharp. Something like this, because this is supposed to be connected to another piece. So we can just start off with creating this piece. Try to make it as sharp and just not detailed, but you know, simplify it as much as possible to make it easier for myself. Something like that, maybe. Something like this. Perfect. Let's just keep going. Pushing these shapes. Something like so. Alright, and right here. That looks fairly round out, right guys? Something like so. Here, maybe add a tiny bit of like right here. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit sharper at the corner. Make sure that this is a fairly like straight line, like so. Up here we want the same kind of result, and then here we wanna make everything like nicely connected. Make this like distance in between here the same all the way, so it looks very intentional. Yeah, so something like so I would say. And then here, gotta push this outward a bit. Something like so. Let's see the topology of this part. That's actually pretty darn good. Let's see here. So here, yes, gonna smooth it out. See from the side, how does it look? Trying to create more shapes. And right here. Gonna try to create more shapes right here as well. And you guys can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? Yes, so I know. I think you can, but I'm not sure. So yeah, something like that. Let's just move on to the next piece. Next piece is actually, yes, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. How are you doing? Or how is it going? Let's see here now. Welcome to this stream. Do you do like it? What do you enjoy most about 3D? Do you sculpt? Do you model? What do you like to do? Right, something like that. I think that's pretty easy to move it from there, actually. Something like so. Modify topology, delete hidden, you know. Super simple. Just gonna smooth this out. And now we have see remesh. And then make it. Let's see. too much for you. I'm in bed and actually about to sleep. Cause night. Yeah. Good night. Yeah, it's pretty late here as well. Thought I would stream for a while and then go to bed afterwards. Right, something like this maybe. And let's see here. Let's just keep the same amount. And then right here we need like, I don't want a triangle, I want more of this shape like this. This is not perfect yet, but we're going to get there. Something like this, make this more of this kind of shape. Very important, just work on the shapes, trying to make it look more organic, more realistic. Trying to make it always look better and better. I'll be listening with my eyes closed. Yeah, great to have you here on the stream. So yeah, so something like this maybe. Yeah, we're gonna start with that. Yeah, that's pretty perfect actually. That's pretty darn perfect. Let's see. So right here, gonna move this, and then we're just gonna keep this curvature, because that's very important to have this shape and design flow through the entire piece, and not just end it because of that curvature right there. Let's see. Now I actually need to see what I am doing. So something like that maybe. Alright. Something like that, as you can see. Yeah, something like that. That will be pretty nice. Alright. And now, let's see remesh again. Yeah, it's a very like, really a fun process to do this, but hey, it works, so let's just keep doing it. And this is a lot more fun than doing everything by hand. Yeah, I'm not really good at poly modeling, so this is a lot easier for me to do in Zbrush. It's still very technical though. Yeah, so it's going to keep working up the shapes. Yeah, this curvature here, I want like whoop, something like that. Let's see. Something like that, maybe. Something like this, and then just zero mesh to have exact same amount of topology, or around the same amount, you know. And then just move the edges. Something like so. And now just like moving them around, making sure everything looks nice, everything like works as a armored piece, you know. Something like this. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, and with all like these like edges later on and all this like detail, it's gonna look super cool. But now, just blocking it out, making sure that the armor works from like more of a technical standpoint. It's not like direct topology, but this is like, yeah, I'm just fixing the armor shapes, right? And doing the topology at the same time, basically. Let's see, something like so. Just using different brushes, like the clay buildup, and like, yeah, standard brush, move brush, all these kind of brushes just to change the shape and and make the shapes more clear and nicely defined. That's the very difficult part, to make it nicely defined, I think. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. Now I just want these to get these shapes to flow nicely together. And that's very, very difficult, I think, because these are a lot of shapes and different shape flows that need to be in consideration when sculpting something like this. Let's see. Something like that. That's starting to look pretty nice. And then something like that. And here we need to make sure that there aren't this big of a gap here. Something like that. Alright, so here we want this sharp, something like this sharpness here. I just think we're gonna have to make this sharp at this angle here as well, and then the curve right here. So it actually looks like a nice shape flow. That's something I believe is very, very important. Something like that, maybe. Alright, and now, let's see, I just want to see how this is looking. Yeah, and then you're gonna have these hinges here, and we'll connect them so they can fold up. That's gonna be really, really cool. And then right here, something like that. Then here, down here, just gonna move this. Let's change the shape a little bit here. So yeah, something like that. Here you can see it's a little bit too pointy. I think it needs to be more well crafted. So we're just gonna try to change the shape a little bit. Something like that maybe. From this view I think it looks pretty well, but maybe just moving these guys backwards a bit can help the overall design. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. You're gonna hear this a lot of times. This isn't the most fun part about 3D, so. But I want this character in this armor, and it's gonna look so cool when it's done, and I know that, but yeah, it's just a lot of work just going through everything like this. Basically, you just need to push through and really make sure that the armor has some life to it. Something like that. Something like that. Perfect. That has a lot of topology. This doesn't have as much. I think actually this needs more topology, if I can be honest. So let's first obviously double it. That's pretty perfect. And now when we have actually doubled it, let's do let's see here, the piece of armor that will protect the knee, So let's see here now. I have my concepts and everything like that. So let's see, give me 1 second. Yeah, and I have the 3D model. I can't look at 3D model. So yeah, something like this. Of this big piece here. You can see here, I actually went a little bit away from the design, you know. So now we can just make sure that this is actually like working with the overall like leg size and everything. That I should have actually checked like right in the start. Something like that. Let's see. Gonna try to connect this up. Gonna move this to that side kinda. Something like this. I think that's actually good enough for now. Don't know about not like that much, but something like that maybe. Yeah, something like this. Need to make the armor a little bit more like outwards like this. And don't know if I should have like this pointy shape here. It's cool from a design perspective, but it's also really sharp. Right? You wouldn't want to sit down on this sharp edge right here. So let's see. Where are my images? Oh, in the reference, it's actually pretty sharp. So yeah, let's just keep it like that sharp. Like really sharp. Let's just keep it like that. Move this. Connect everything up. And then move something like this. Let's see. Something like so. And here we need like some more volume. You can see, just checking every single angle, trying to make it look a little bit better every single time I just move something. Need this like space in between these guys. So yeah, I want this piece, just move it a little bit. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Yeah, so just want to move it a little bit. Alright, and let's see here now. Let's add some more of the armored plates, I mean. So this part, the knee part, let's see how we can actually add that. Because I think we're gonna have some design things around it as well. So this is just the difficult part. I'm trying to create some kind of fantasy armor, you know. Very important that I try to evaluate the shapes and try to bring in some of that realistic armor feeling as well. So something like that. I can see it's a lot of like movable pieces around the knee in like real armor. So I'm thinking about adding that as well. But I also see a different design with a more simple style as I have right now. But some movable parts would be kind of cool. Well, what do you guys think? Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. Or do you have any ideas? Alright. Just give you guys a second. If anybody want to answer. Let's see here. Just gonna start with masking this shape out. Making sure that this actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, armor is pretty cool actually. Really like this like more like gaming or like yeah, Zelda's The Legend of Zelda's style of armor, really cool. Yeah, I'm just trying to make like the armor of Ganondorf, but a little bit more realistic. We'll see if I actually can achieve a good result with that. I haven't really tried before, so this is kind of like I'm learning while you guys are watching, so yeah. Let's see, extract, accept. Let's delete that. And let's add something right here. And then extract, accept. Take this, modify topology, and then zero mesh. Pretty cool, right? Right, so here we have like the knee of the like armor. So now we're just gonna make this a little bit more simple. Make sure that the topology looks alright, you know. If you guys have any questions, then just feel free to ask. Alright, so something like that maybe? I don't really know. Let's see. We're gonna make this fit the overall armor shape. Something like that. Something like this. Gonna make like these pieces. I want this like kinda sharp actually. Something around the corners like this. Here it's supposed to be really sharp, so let's just sharpen that up a little bit. Just a tiny tad bit, something like this. Here it would be actually pretty cool to have these sharp edges at the like corners right here as well. Yeah, things like these sharp edges really like just make it look more evil, you know, and that's really cool. Like look at like this evil looking armor, you know. Something like that. Let's see. Let's see here. Something like that. Something like that. Making sure these corners look kinda like sharp. Just like this. And then this corner. And we're gonna make this follow the overall flow of the armor, you know. Let's see. Here we're gonna make this a lot simpler, but just follow the shapes a little bit more. This is just supposed to be a really like simple piece of armor. This is actually probably one of the more complicated pieces. Like, but the chest part of the armor, that's gonna be the most difficult part, if you ask me, because that's so much shape and shape language and everything. That's gonna be really, really difficult. All right, let's see here. Right, let's have. No, not really like that. The same maybe. And then down here, let's see. Model it together. Just stitch it together. Something like that. And then yes, zero mesh again. Trying to make these. Alright, so now we start to get to the more difficult part. Actually creating the shape of this to actually get some like cool shape language. Something like that, making like this sharp point here. Something like that. Let's see, something like so. That looks pretty sick. Alright. Let's just move this like up a little bit and make this like arc right here. We could make it like, you know, like really like it's a straight line, but nah, I really want this like arc to make it look like a little bit more gestural and more artistic. So here, gonna have how it flows together. Yeah, I'm kind of tired. So yeah, let's see here. Something like so. Maybe as well move this a little bit more outward to get this like nice arc right here. This arc is really, really important, you know? Something like so. Let's see here. I do believe that this part can be moved a little bit further inwards. Something like that. Starting to look pretty cool. Starting to look like leg armor, kinda. That's the basic shapes, of course. Alright, so here I want the sharp line to go all the way up. So we're actually just gonna split this into something like that. Yeah, something like that, and then we're gonna group it. So same, keep groups. Not really the result I wanted, so let's try again. Adapt, keep groups, maybe? That looks kinda alright. Doesn't look the best, maybe, but it kinda works. So let's just try that out for a second. Alright, and we have like... Whoa, that's not very good. We have like one like smaller corner like this and one like a lot bigger at the other side. I don't like that. Let's just add some traditional designs. Traditional designs that are like exactly the same on both sides. So we just really like this. It's kind of a lot slimmer. This side like so. So I'm just gonna copy that over to this side actually. Really like that design. And then yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty sick. How this is actually moving. Something like this. And just gonna move this here. Add some more shape. Something like that. Perfect, right guys? Keep these angles very, very sharp. And then try to make this look kinda symmetrical. Doesn't really look very symmetrical out right now. I'm thinking about if I just should use the like mirror and wheel to make it a lot simpler for myself, but you know what, I kinda like the challenge. So something like so. And then right here, let's just use this to make it a little bit simpler for myself. Dynamic subdivision, and then thickness. Something like that, so it's a little bit easier for me to see. Right? Now armor isn't this thick. Maybe, yeah, maybe something more like this. Maybe even a little bit thinner. It's not very thick, you know? Armor is very, very thin. I always thought it was very, very thick, so my armor that I made like before I learned that it's actually pretty thin, it looks quite weird because it has like armor that's like this thick. Nobody would be able to wear like that much metal in that many different plates that's this thick, you know? So let's see, something like that. And then just keep working. Right here, you can see like the different shapes of the armor and how it's supposed to become something like really cool. The sharp angles here, this shape here, something like that. Yeah, something like that. It's going to look a lot better out. Let's move this inwards. Something like that, and hide that. Dynamic subdivision, something like this. Just gonna smooth it out on the edges, just to make it look a little bit more crisp and a little bit more nice, you know. But then we have like this difficult like line in the middle. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge actually. See, remeasure, keep groups. Yeah, we made it like a nice symmetrical line in the middle. See, something like that. That looks more like an alright topology actually. But the shape, yeah, we need to fix the shape again, and that's kind of like just a pain in the, yeah, like a lot of like pain in the butt, you know. So we need to fix that. Have you guys created armor before, or how? Yeah, basically, have you guys created armor before, and what do you think about the process? Something like that. Let's see here. Something like that, and then just sharpen up the general corners. Really, really, like, just simple. This is the topology I'm going to go with. This is a pretty, like, alright topology. Yeah, let's just create this, like, sharp line here now. Let's make that look pretty darn sick. Something like right here. Yeah, so, yeah, hello there. Hello, how are you doing? Let's see. Something like that, maybe? Alright, and the sharpness right here. You need to think about the sharpness. You need to think about how the shapes really like affect each other and make it look a lot cooler, you know? You're good? Great to hear. Yeah, so just need to create the armor. The armor needs to be like really well planned. Do you have any thoughts on the armor? Something like that, maybe. Alright, so let's see here. And here, I'm gonna push this outward. Push it outward, something like this. Push it outward, something like this. Here I really like these shapes right here. Don't know if it's actually best for like this evil looking armor, but I like the shapes. So maybe I'm gonna go with it, or maybe I'm just gonna, yeah, I actually think that I have to not erase them, but you know, make them a little bit less, because it looks a little bit too kind, too inviting, you know. So we gotta fix that. That's something that's always like, or not sad, but you know, a little bit, yeah, you know, you really like the design and then you have to change it. Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna take a little bit to drink it. Yeah, so I can talk a little bit better. Something like that. Perfect. I think that piece is actually starting to look pretty, pretty nice. Looks pretty cool, right? Alright, so I like that design. Let's just see here. Let's just split the screen real quick. Yeah, you can see here how I'm just sharpening up the armor. Really, really simple, you know? Something like that, maybe. Something like that. It's not really even like a point, it's more like just nice curvature. Yeah, this is so good to have like this as a reference, to have my own sculpture as a reference, so I don't have to do all the design while I'm like basically not palm modeling, but while I'm doing this like crisp, sharp part of this like sculpture, right? So something like that. And right here, I think we actually need to think about this shape flow right here. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So now let's see here. What do we think of this? And we have like these plates down here, but we actually should, yeah, so we should add these plates here. And then I'm thinking about adding some plates on the top, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Because in reality, these should kind of be more like squared down. So a little bit more square. Just gonna look at some images of fantasy armor and see what other people have done. Yeah, I'm also gonna check out how they do it in the game. They have like this like very slim like armor parts, because that's more realistic, you know. Because right now, yeah, it would actually still work, so it's not too bad actually. But we need to create those two parts to cover up these parts right here, and to cover up some part right here. Yeah. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's start off with one part and then we can just duplicate it. That's the wonderful thing with 3D. You can just copy paste, right guys? That's actually one like really good part about 3D. Copy paste. Something like that. Something like so. Accept. Extract it. And modify topology, delete hidden. And then we have the series meshing. Alright. Something like that. Not too bad, I wouldn't say. It doesn't look like armor. Don't get me wrong, guys. So still need to keep working on the overall shape, right? Something like that, perfect. And then right here, I do believe that you can, let's just try to inflate some of the parts to make the edges a little bit easier to work with. And now comes the tricky part, to actually shape this, to make it into some kind of, alright, of a shape, you know. Something like so. And then creating these shapes right here. Making these shapes like really like trying to make the gesture and trying to make these sharp edges really pop, and making the overall arm just feel more evil, make it look more artistic, trying to involve the shapes as much as possible, trying to create something that looks kind of cool out in the end, you know, because it's art, it's supposed to look cool, not cool, at least like good, you know. So I'm gonna try to make these shapes more like so. Something like so. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right now, super simple. Just trying to make the shape flow in a nice way, so it's easy for me to use them. Something like that. Trying to make them a lot easier to use. And then on the side like this. Alright, something like that. That looks pretty alright, I think. Let's now zero mesh that. Now I'm gonna try to get a lot more cleaner topology, so it's a lot easier to work with. Because the better topology, the easier it's to work with, I personally think. So just gonna try to get some kind of nice topology, flow, and direction from Zero Measure. Zero Measure is an awesome tool, so I really think if you can, like for this, I can use it. I'm not really sure if it would be like professional work. I would probably just do the topology by hand, but right now this is personal work, so I can just use Zero Measure because that's a lot simpler. Something like so. So let's go, something like this. I think that's actually starting to look pretty sweet. I would maybe add this like curvature right here. Yeah, I'm gonna start talking a little bit low to my voice because I'm already starting to hurt a little bit from all the talking. Something like this. Yeah, so we need to make this like sharp here. Corner. Making this sharp, everything look crisp and nice, you know. This is like the foundation of this entire armor, so we really need to make it work. I'm so excited to create details and stuff on this armor. It's going to look so cool out in the end. It's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna look pretty badass. Alright, so here we need the shapes to kinda work like so. Something like this. Let's see here now. Let's hide that. Let's push them together. Let's just see, how does this actually look as a piece? It's going to look alright, I think, actually. So here I want two pieces, so they go downward with this. And then I might just flip it upside down, because I'm lazy, you know. And add those two shapes up here. And then we need one more plate right here to make this like safe, like a plate here. So if I would like weapon, so it stops on like an edge, I think it was. Yeah, we need to create that at least. And then we basically have the legs. We don't have like the sabatons or anything like that, but yeah, we will make that soon enough. Let's see. Yeah, so let's keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's create awesome looking armor. You can see here. Something like that. And then right here we need this like straight line, something like this. What do I prefer? Do I prefer this or this like more whoop? I do prefer this. This like S-like but sharp S. I like it. So let's create that on the other side as well. Basically something like that, right? Maybe actually a little bit higher. Yeah, this is the difficult part, getting everything symmetrical. So I'm just gonna take the challenge and try to make it symmetrical. If I need later on, I will of course just mirror it. But right now, why not just go through trouble, try to create some cool looking armor. Alright, something like that. Something like this, yeah. So, just gonna keep working on this. As I've said many times, it gets very repetitive very, very quickly. But yeah, that's just part of the process. Something like that, I would kind of say. Then make this a little bit sharper at the corner. Just want this to be more like a nice curve. Do you believe this might be a little bit too much of a like topology? A little bit too much. So I might need to like make it half of the topology or something. I don't really know. I feel like I'm like fighting the topology at the moment. So just gonna like make it half. See if this is easier to work with. Yeah, but here it doesn't really work either, does it? Because I need these shapes right here. So if we just keep the same mistake, because then it's usually just very slowly decreases the amount of polygon and make the flow nicer and everything. So that's usually quite good. Let's do that. Add some more. Whoops. That looks pretty darn good. And I would just like to add some kind of something like something kind of like that. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Then that part, something like that. And then keep groups same. So yeah, now you see we get these like nice parts in the middle. Okay, we don't want this triangle, so we're just gonna stitch them together. Something like that, and then same again. Gonna change it up a little bit. I don't want... oh, wait. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. That could look pretty darn nice. Same. Alright. Double. That's actually pretty nice. That's not too bad. You see, when I kept the groups, made these like a lot smoother, a lot nicer. Yeah, I'm just learning this while I'm going, so yeah, so don't expect like the best result in the beginning. I will get to a kind of like nice result, but I have no idea if it's gonna take me a lot of time or not a lot of time. No clue. We just have to wait and see. Something like that, maybe. You know, something like that. Make the armor look a little bit better, you know. And no solo, maybe. Something like that. I will stream for about 25 minutes more or something like that. Yeah, so you guys know. So any questions, just yeah, you got any questions, let's go right ahead and ask. Let's see if we do something like that. See, showing this topology makes it just a little bit easier to see what I am doing. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. Let's make something like this. So yeah, just gonna make the overall shape like so. Here I am a little bit unsure. How I want these shapes to work. So right here, I want this to be somewhat like that, maybe. Can see here, I want this shape shooting outward a little bit. But this shape is just supposed to be a little bit more outwards. Make it look a little bit extra cool. Make that a little bit of an extra shape. And then around, just keep it kind of simple. Yeah, guys, that's looking pretty cool. Making these shapes. Yeah. Seeing everything come together, that's pretty darn satisfying, actually. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, something like that. Now it's not really in the correct like place or spot, you know, but we can work that out pretty easily. Let's just work on these guys because I see some problems. First of all, this needs to go together better. Just need to work together. And then down here, we can just push this outward a little bit. Yeah, I'm just saying we need to make this work a little bit better. Make it a little bit sharper and everything. Yeah, something like that. have something like that maybe. And then we're gonna push this upwards. Gonna make sure this actually is somewhat symmetrical. Something like that. That's a possibility to make it something like this. Pretty cool. A nice curve. Here we have less of a curve. We want a little bit more. Something like that maybe. Then here we're gonna have to sharpen it up and everything. In the end, you know, that's really important. But right now, just gonna block it out, make it somewhat cool, you know. Alright, so this part. And we gotta work on this part a little bit more. Let's push this a little bit downwards, this a little bit upwards. Alright, so right here, gotta push the shapes a little bit extra, just to make it look a little bit more like armor, you know. Nope. Let's see. See, it's a pretty simple process, right, guys? It's not too difficult. Just time and investment of time you need to put in to create something like this. That's what make most people not create like a ton of armor and stuff like that. Yeah, I have no idea if this is gonna turn out somewhat alright. Hopefully, right? Something like that. Let's just start off like this and see how we can place this a little bit better. Let's see. Alright. Oh. This needs to be moved inwards. Then I'm with you. Alright. And if that's moved inwards, then this needs to be moved inwards. Yeah, you can see how all these pieces like go together. So if one piece doesn't work, the other pieces doesn't work as well, you know. Really important. Something like so. If we just can create this shape, sharpen up a little bit, it should work a lot better. Let's just do the same thing on the other side. Super nice, right? Yeah, you see, these shapes doesn't work. We need to create these shapes a little bit nicer. Make it look that just a tiny tad bit better. Just adding the curvature, making sure that everything looks, you know, alright. And just pushing the shapes to that next level. Your sound is a little bit quiet, yes. Now, heads up. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Thank you. Is this better? Is that better? Great work, though. Keep it up. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Is this sound better? Yes. Oh, perfect. So, how are you doing? It's been a while, right? Let's see here now. Just. Yep. Hello there. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. How are you guys doing? Do you guys sculpt, model, 3D model? What do you guys do? Yeah, I watched your last video. It was really good. I like how your work has developed. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, trying now to create some kind of armor. I want to create some kind of cool like hard surface thing and mix it with some sculpture. I think that would be a really cool mix. But yeah, I'm trying to learn hard surface. I use Blender, then take those to make 3D prints. Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, 3D printing is really cool. I really like how you can create something in a computer and then you can, you know, print it out and have it like a sculpt, like if you had sculpted in reality or made it in reality. I think that's really cool. What do you usually like print? Do you print a lot of like yeah, sculptures or more like vehicles or yeah. Let's see here. Something like that. I want this curvature right here. Alright, let's see here now. Let's create this. Thinking about something like that. Yeah, something like that. That should work kinda alright, right? Yeah, I put a lot of work in that last video. So I'm real pleased with that. I'm real pleased that you liked it, because editing that video was a lot of work. So something like so maybe? Yeah. Something like this. Oh yeah, definitely. I love the fact that your ideas become reality. I sculpt corny things like D&D miniatures, comic heroes, Warhammers, 4K miniatures, and parts to fix appliances and other stuff. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. D&D miniatures, comic heroes, and Warhammer fig. Oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, you said you use Blender, right? So, how long have you been like doing stuff like this? Something like that. So I just think we should create like armor like this. Something like that. Do you have anywhere where you like post your stuff or anything like that? If I may ask? Because that sounds really, really cool. Something like this. Yeah, that's better. Not super good, but a little bit better actually. Let's just take this part and move it in the correct spot. Move it into the more final spot actually. And then something like that. So I started about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, and no, it's mostly just for myself and friends. I'm pretty private person with my art. Yeah, definitely. That's no problem. Yeah, but it's fascinating how you can 3D print stuff. I 3D printed my like first model around, what can it be, about 2-3 years ago, and I was just so fascinated with the process. But I'm not really good at it. Like, yeah, I'm not too good at it. I can make some kind of base stuff. I have a like small 3D printer at home, like 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. Yeah. Alright, but if we just take a look at armor here. Let's see here. But then if you create all those stuff, then you're pretty like, you do a little bit of everything, right? Alright, let's see here. Something like that, maybe. here. I used the Mono X4K from any cubic. That sounds really good. I'm sorry, I'm not super good with like names and machines. I like, but that sounds pretty good. Sounds really cool. Let's see. We just need to figure out this like shape flow of the armor. The armor is very tricky. It's like very difficult, especially for me that haven't done it like before. Did it say? Yeah, if I get the inkling to print something, I find it. If I get the inkling to print something, I find it. Create it in Blender. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think Blender is an excellent software. I used Blender a lot before, like 2-3 years ago, and I've actually found that I started to dive a little bit more into Blender again. It's a really good software, and it has really developed over the past like, what is it now, like year, 2 years. I just downloaded the latest version. I was like, this is pretty cool. A lot of new features added all the time. Alright, let's see. So basically the 4K print's really clear and it's resin printer, so it's pretty awesome, but expensive and a pain in the butt learning curve. Yeah. My 3D printer does like everything for me. I just need to press a button basically. And I had a hard time learning how that little printer worked. So yeah, I can't even imagine how difficult the learning curve of like a real 3D printer, like one you have, is. So yeah, really impressive. Alright, let's see here now. Alright, something like that maybe. Something like this. I really like shape language and how you can create cool looking shapes with it. So, what is the armor you're creating for? Is it just an asset or for a character? Yeah, great question. So, yeah, now just sculpting like the lower leg here, right? Let's see, how can I... Okay, you see I'm not the best at technical things. I enjoy like the sculpting and stuff like this, and creating. I'm not very good with technical aspects of 3D. So, I'm working on this character right here. The like villain from the Legend of Zelda. I'm trying to make a more like realistic version of him. So you can see this is just a sketch of the armor, the overall idea. If you have any ideas for improvement of the armor, please let me know, because it's still very easy for me to change it and make it a lot like cooler or just improve it. And then here we have like the overall sketch for the face. Here's the overall sketch for the face. And yeah, I said they did like 2 hours more work on the eyes, but forgot to save it. So yeah, that got lost. Oh, that's dope. It also looks like a character from Skyrim. Yeah, thank you, yeah. I'm going for that like fantasy look at the armor. That face is dope. Thank you, yeah. It's not really like done yet, but I think like it's going to become pretty cool in the end. I'll see if I found some renders I did. I just need to turn off my screen 1 second. Let's see here. Just gonna hide that 1 second. Alright. So here we have like the overall concept of the armor. You can see here I want this like light in the middle, something like that. And then I also want, let's see if I can find it. There we have it. Then I made some very simple like test renders. This was before like the new hair and stuff like that. Still, this is some older renders. Let's see here. Can you see the old like renders like this? Different lighting and stuff like that. Yeah, I really like creating faces. That's a lot of fun. Sculpting up different characters. I love that. So something like this. All this like shape here. Yeah, you see it's not really refined, but yeah. No, it's a lot of fun, you know. And I want to render this out like really realistically and all that. Right, let's see now. I'm just gonna hide all of this. And it's gonna click off this armor back and hide it. Oop. Something like this. Yeah, and yeah, here was the original sketch of the armor. My first like sketch of the armor. I'll have to try to do one of your tutorials and get it painted so we can see it physically. So and get it painted so we can. Yeah, it would be pretty dope. Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, it would be really cool. I actually have an idea of trying to 3D print this guy when it's done. I have no idea how that's going to go. I had to try to do one of truth and get it. Well, wait, it's gonna reread. Sorry, I have to. And mistake printed. Alright, I have to try to do one of the tutorials and get it painted so you can see it physically. Yeah, like get it printed and painted. Yeah, that would be so cool. Get it printed or painted. Yeah, that would be really cool either way. Yeah. Alright, so it was just like the basic sketch. No, I don't think it should be too hard to create it into an STL file and print it. I'm just not really good with printing process. I do know. Yeah, I do know. Like, a guy at my school have like a 3D printing company thing. So, yeah, he's pretty good at 3D printing. Yeah, it might be bisected if you wanted it big. Yeah, I think I need to split into pieces. And yeah, I don't really know how the process works. So if you have any ideas or something like that, please let me know. Alright, something like that. I just don't know how the armor will print because, you know, it's a lot of small pieces and stuff like that. Don't know if that's hard for the like overall printer to print out. Move this a little bit forward to make it a little bit easier for the parts down here to sit more correctly. And here, let's see here. Yeah, I would like it to have it like, you know, something like that maybe. Yeah, to have it pretty big, like maybe 20-25 centimeters or something. I would like it to pose the character as well. That would be really cool. Do you pose your characters, or yeah, do you pose your characters when you create them? It will print on resin. It will print on a resin printer, but it doesn't print well on a filament printer. Liquid is better for details. Solid is better for sturdiness. Oh, okay. That's excellent knowledge for me, or excellent like information. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I should print it in liquid, alright. That's really good to know. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Something like that. You see now, I'm just messing around with the armor. This should go further downwards. I don't know if this should go all the way. Did. I had to reload the stream, hit the wrong button. I don't post besides to my friends Kusha and group chat. No, I understood that. Yeah, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say anything. Wait, now yeah. So, yeah, let's see here. These pieces should go on top of each other, I think, right? Yeah, sorry, I was interested in how you were doing. Sorry. That's my bad. So, something like this. Let's see here. Something like this, maybe. What do you think of the armor? Does this starting to look like armor, or do you think it looks just like look weird? What do you think? Something like this. Oh, no worries. Yeah, that is really coming together. I look forward to seeing the render. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how the render look. Then when you have like the basic pieces together and you can bring it into like Maya or Blender, or you just see how the light hits this surface and then have some kind of metal shader. I think this is starting to look pretty well. I really like how the armor looks and it lays well. Oh, thank you, yeah. I really think like the different kind of layers really brings the armor to life. I had to like watch, you know, a lot of videos about how armor is made and stuff like that. So I have some, so I would know a little bit more what I was doing. It's difficult to learn. Yeah. Let's see here. This part should really just blend in here. Whoa, something like that. Something like this. Do you have any ideas of how to improve the armor, or is anything like that, if I may ask? I want to make cosplay armor for fun, but not for me to wear. For like weapons and sell them. Oh, you want to make like cosplay armor and weapons. Senom, that's a cool idea. I have no idea how you would make something like that, but it sounds really, really impressive. Alright, something like this. This should probably actually work. Do we need to make, we're gonna make this a little bit higher. Yes. Move this piece a little bit higher up. Make it fit with these pieces. Something like that. And then make this fit a little bit better. Yeah, now it's starting to come together. Now it's starting to come together. Starting to look like leg armor. I was actually a little bit concerned about how it looked before, but now it's starting to come together. That's awesome. Is there going to be a code piece that goes with it, or does the upper armor protect his crouch? A code piece, you mean like a piece right here, right? Oh, sorry, what's a code piece? Sorry. Yeah, I'm not really good with the names. Let's see here. A code piece protecting his junk. Yeah, let's see here. That's good. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. That's a great thing to add. Wait 1 second. Yes, can I? The only thing I have that kind of resembles that, I guess, is. Let's see, where do we have it? Yeah, you see, I need to like sort this out a little bit. Like this piece right here, but that's more like decorative to make just the armor look a little bit cooler. If you know if that counts. Otherwise, I'm definitely gonna take a look at that and see if I can add it. That's a great idea. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see. I like this, how they layering on top of armor like this. That's, I look like really, really, really cool how the armor is just on top of each other like this. That works as well, or maybe hide the card piece behind it. It's functional, but looks really bad. Haha, yeah. The belt piece looks good as a card piece. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea to actually hide it just behind. Because my idea is to... Have you played The Legend of Zelda? Do you know anything about that? Because I wanted to mirror a like sequence from... The game is called The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. He's kind of like... trapped, like he got trapped, chained up. I want to really like... do that scene in 3D. That would be so cool, I think. Something like that. Making this pieces a little bit more. I haven't played many of the newer Zelda since the Nintendo 64, but yeah, what you're making looks great. Oh, yeah, but if it would be like chained up against a wall or something, it would be pretty cool to make that scene. Yeah, Nintendo 64. Have you played like what's it called? Mario 64. That's a really fun game. Yeah, all those. Yeah, I really like all these like older Nintendo games. They're pretty cool. Let's see. This looks more like something that should be more like that. Let's start to create some more plates here, because we can always just make it sharper and stuff like that. That's not the most difficult part. The most difficult part is to get the overall shapes there, right? We have like the overall shape. Have overall shape on images. I think here we have to add the plates. I want like these things right here. If we just take modify topology. Oh yeah, Mario 64 is fun. How is Mario Super? Oh yeah, Super Mario. Yeah, Super Mario. You mean like on Nintendo Switch and Wii U and stuff like that? Yeah, I really love those games. Yeah, I really like those. I think they're really fun, especially like the 2D games, where you can just like run and speed run and do all that kind of fun things inside the games. Played those games since I was like 6, 7 years old. So yeah, I really love them. And then the like newer like Mario Maker games, they are completely amazing. Getting to create your own levels. Yeah, I really like to like create stuff, you know. Really find it really fun to create things from scratch. Let's see here now. So you have like played like Ocarina of Time, maybe? Or do I? Yeah, Ocarina of Time was on the Nintendo 64, right? Or I? The Mario Maker games are amazing, but crazy. Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, and some like people that just making levels with like 100 enemies in the same room. Yeah, that's crazy, but it's a lot of fun. So they're really fun. It's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Yeah, you know now they have like made Nintendo Switch version of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I really want to play those games. Have you played them, and do you recommend them? Because they seem kind of awesome. I would really like to try them. So right here we have like this plate armor. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. Let's just find some kind of armor. Let's take this guy back. And let's duplicate it. And then when you have duplicated, you can really easily just change the shape. So let's see here now. How is this shape going to be? Something like this maybe. Something like that. And something like this. That would be pretty cool. How is this ending inside here? Is it supposed to be something like this? I'm just looking at the reference. So if I'm seem like a little bit, yeah. So I'm just focus on the looking at the reference, trying to understand what's going on. Yeah, reference is really important. Really, like, I really like to observe references. I'm just trying to understand the shape language, how they are designed, everything like that. The shape here can create this like nice sharp angle here. That's pretty sick, pretty cool. And let's see, something like this. maybe yes. Power this inward, something like that. Both have great stories and good puzzles. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, and they seem kind of amazing. I really like Breath of the Wild, but really want to play some more. I think they are the only two 3D Zelda games I haven't played. I played Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild, the Wind Waker. What's the Skyward Sword? There is one more. What's it called? We have Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and we have one more. Yeah, we have one more. I can't remember the name. Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. Yeah, but they are so awesome. Yeah. Right, something like this. So now we're gonna create like this armor and create this like ridge here. The ridge here has this like protection to it. So if a like lance or something hits here, it moves up to this ridge that's going to like extrude outwards to like here somewhere, and it would like be stopped at that ridge, so it wouldn't go up to like the groin. Something like that. Yeah, I really like how when people like recreate famous like game characters, like yeah, I've seen some of Ganondorf. I don't think I've seen too many of Ganon, like when he's a beast, so that would be kind of cool to create. And then Link and Zelda, and yeah, and Mario, that would be pretty cool. Let's see here. And yes, one quick question. Do you think he should have like? Let's see here. Let's just take this. Here now, I haven't blocked out the hair very nicely, so it looks a little bit weird. But should he have long hair, or like this thing he has in Twilight Princess, where it's like, you know, like curled up here at the back, and yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, give me 1 second. Whoops. Yeah, you know, something like. We have something like this. And remove this hair right here. We have something like this. What do you think? Whatever Zelda is your favorite, that's how I'd make him. Oh, alright, yeah, that's actually a really good, like, yeah. Yeah, I like it, yeah. That's really, yeah, I think I should actually try to make him like Twilight Princess, because he's so cool in that game, but I think his like hair in general looks like the coolest in Ocarina of Time, right? Or what's the other one called? And the Wind Waker, where he has a little bit more like short hair, but also like this long hair from the Hyrule Warriors franchise. Makes him look so like, you know, powerful. Now I just, where is that? There we have the head, and now we're just gonna continue with the overall shapes. Right, so this part, this is actually very difficult. I am a little bit, not worried, but, you know, a little bit nervous. I can't find the word. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how these shapes actually turn out. because it's like this ridge, and that's going to make like so much sense from an like historical standpoint. Try to make those like more realistic decisions that would have been made in real armor. At the moment, we're learning about like history and stuff like that in school as well, so that's always fun. Something like that. It's especially fun, you know, when you can use what you learn like right into your project. That's something I find really like exciting. Something like so. I don't know if this piece, I feel like this piece would not be at the same height. This would, whoa, probably be something like this, right? Let's see, sculpt him up something like this. Makes it easier just to move by hand, right? Seems a little bit more simple like that. Something like this. Moving the armor backwards. Trying to make the armor look a little bit more nice and a little bit more cool. Do you have any suggestions on how to improve the channel in general? Just what kind of content would you like to see, if I may ask? I'm just very interested in what people think and what should be improved and stuff like that. Something like that. Trying out different things here right now. Want this to be like curved so it doesn't like hurt him, or yeah, something like that. Alright, let's see. Here where the leg is to help us with the overall shape. Yeah, we gotta respect the quads. Of course, these big muscles of the leg, we gotta respect them. We need to add the quads, we can't not add the quads into the overall shape. So we make it too much of a cylinder, it's not going to look realistic. Because then his leg muscles wouldn't be able to fit inside of the armor, you know? So something like this. This is somebody that doesn't skip leg day, you know? So something like that. Something like that, maybe? Something like this. This armor should like end right there somewhere. No, I like your live streams. I've seen, and your tutorials are really good and informative. Just just keep developing your craft, and people will watch. Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We'll definitely do. Yeah, and you know, at the side, you're trying to learn as well of how you create things and how to improve, so that you actually can teach and show better stuff, you know. So that's also like kind of tricky. Something like that. Something like that. Let's see. It's starting to become a lot of pieces now. Oh, that's kind of cool idea. Making this sharp line in the middle, continuing that over, and just whoops. Moving over all the pieces a little bit closer here. This piece just needs to basically just fit right here, right? Not too harsh on all these plates and pieces right now. Something like that, I would say, right? Right. That looks pretty darn cool. Oh no, we're supposed to avoid points there. Let's just keep it there for now because it looks pretty cool. Maybe not the most practical. It looks cool, so yeah. Let's keep it. Alright, something like that. Let's see. But I'm definitely gonna see if I can print something with liquid, yeah, you said liquid plastic, right? So I'll try to see how I can print this guy out later. Maybe print it into different pieces. I think you can like develop like split him at the legs, right, and the arms. And then just print out the torso, legs, and arms separate pieces and just like glue it together? Or am I completely like wrong? It would be resting, alright, resting, alright. Let me just write that down. Great. Right, let's see here now. Trying to hide the armor. Yeah, here you can see the problem when I don't really have an idea of what I want for the armor. Messing around with the overall shape and design. Not really knowing what I want, just no, there is something that's will be cool. Okay then, so we're just gonna try out some like different designs here. Right, something like that. And Zbrush, let's see here, zero measure, keep groups, right? And the same amount. That looks pretty sweet. That looks pretty useful as topology, as far as topology is concerned. Looks pretty, yeah, that actually looks pretty useful. Something like this, and then something like that, and just gonna move and push these shapes. Push. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Maybe. Gonna try to make this line a little bit more like straight, something like that. I can see in the armor on the like reference. Hope this is to be pretty straight as well. So then I'm just gonna try to replicate what I'm seeing in the reference, right? This part we can say adios to, because it's only this part that we really need, because we can then just very quickly like duplicate it, right? Let's see now from the side. Oh yeah. We need to make that sharp angle. Now I am on the right track again. Don't worry, guys. Something like this. So I try to print a small one in one solid piece. If that works, then you want to cut it into pieces and hollow out one piece. Then add a nub to the other piece like a puzzle. Okay, so if I understand correctly now, so I'm gonna make one piece first to test, right? And then split it up and make like one part of the mesh go, or one of the split pieces go inwards and the other one go outward, and then glue them together at that connection point. Is that correct? Yes, oh, alright, thank you, yeah. Great, then I have a basic plan of how I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna actually print that out. I'm really excited about that. I printed one dinosaur head once, and that was really cool. I was so inspired by that you could actually just print out. But you can do two legs, torso, two arms, and a head. Then you can print it in whatever size you want. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try that. We'll see what people think of a 3D printed Ganondorf. Hopefully kind of realistic Ganondorf. I think people would like it. And I would definitely love to have a 3D printed version of him. So that sounds very cool. I'm just saying, I'm gonna soon have to end this stream. Just so you know. A couple of minutes. Let's see here. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Let's go and move this outward. And we gotta move this outward. And we gotta move this inwards. Then we're gonna add this. Alright, this doesn't really match the shape so I had in mind in the beginning. So we're just gonna have to try to match that a little bit more closely to make the armor a little bit more realistic. To make it look more like... Hello Alexander, it's been a while. That it has. How are you doing? It's been quite a while. I laugh out loud, alright. How about me? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Getting more into the channels right now and trying to learn new things in just sculpture in general. So that's really awesome and great. I really enjoy sculpting armor and stuff like that. From trying to learn this. Let's see. but it's very quickly becomes very complicated. I'm glad you started live sculpting again. Oh, thank you, yeah. I'm thinking about doing this pretty often now actually, because I really enjoy it. It's great being able to talk to you guys and sculpt at the same time and get like those, you know, sculpting hours in. It's great. Let's see here. Let's try to figure out the overall shape of the design here. How? Let's see, something like that. I would like to see a reference of the armor. Yeah, I can show you my sculpting reference, but I don't think I can show you like the actual images because I don't have like the right to show them. But I can show you what my sketch looked like and some concept art I did for it if you'd like to see that. Just gonna move this. So here we have the concept. Thinking it started. So this is something I blocked out in like 2-3 days maybe. Man, yes, wow. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think it's starting to look pretty sick, but especially then when you like dive into parts and you can create all these separate pieces of armor of steel. It's going to look so cool, and then with rendering and all that material, it's gonna be a lot of work with UV mapping, but hey, it's gonna look cool. And yeah, did you wanna see like the references? I have some. Yeah, so this is like a sketch for the head as well, right? Something like this. Looks pretty nice, right? So we have like the basic design of the head right here. And then we have, yeah, sorry, I just need to check one thing. Sorry guys. So right here, face, sketch. Yeah, the head, that I've actually worked a little bit longer. I worked on it on and off for, I think it was about a week, I think. But that took that amount of time just because I wanted to like always change design, try to find a better design, redoing it, all that stuff. Sculpting something like this out from scratch, if I have a concept and a design, would probably take me 1-2 days. For the face, the armor would also go a lot quicker, because then I could basically just jump right into it. But I think hair and fingers are the hardest thing to do. Yeah. That's so true. So true. Yeah, the hair, I haven't even basically started. I have done some hair. I actually did a like Elvis Presley sculpture where I created some hair. First time ever sculpting hair. That was kind of like a disaster. But I got it somewhat figured out in the end. And the fingers, yeah, we can take a look at them actually. Oh, now we have some kind of weird, that shape can be erased. These are just like some blocks in for the, just the hands blocked in, so shouldn't be too bad. But we're gonna have to change them and really give some gloves and fix the proportions, make them a little bit thicker and something like that, to make them look even more like scary and masculine, you know. If the claws aren't scary enough, because these claws are so cool. It's so cool with like you can have claws. You don't have to make the claws on the actual like figure, because that wouldn't be like very realistic. But you can make the claws on the like gloves. It's so cool. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna hide this guy right now. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I was gonna show the images I showed you before very quickly. Again. So alright, here we have. Yesterday I sculpted my guinea pig. Oh, awesome! Awesome! How old is your guinea pig, and what's its name? So here is the like some quick renders I did. It's an older version of the head. There's some renders I did. I need to make some new renders with the armor soon. Just some basic renders, you know. And then for the concepts, let's see here now. I did something like, let's see. Oh, there, found it. And here we have the basic concept that I did. I'm not the best at technical things. Here we have the basic concept. 2 years, her name is Stomach, or am I oh, Stomach, because she eats a lot. Alright, yeah. I have a dog, she's 11 now. Yeah, she also likes food very much. If she would decide she would eat food probably the entire day. She loves food. Seriously, like basic concept, half of it's just the sculpture, the other half is like the concept, right? So something like that, and then did I have any more concept? This guy looks like who? Plato the philosopher, don't you think? Give me 1 second. I need to give me 1 second. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, kind of a little bit of that like same vibe, I guess, in like appearances. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of true, yeah. Kind of looks like orcish armor from the sky, from Skyrim. Yeah. It kind of looks like orc armor. Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't played like Skyrim, but if you look at like, so like the orc armor from Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, that's so cool, you know, making this armor that has a lot of different layers. That's something I really enjoy. It's so cool, you know. So gotta try to replicate that. I don't know if I can do that, but we'll try, you know. We'll try. Let's see. Need to see that. Now we need to work on these like leg pieces again. Yeah, just a lot of like tedious work creating armor. So I thought I would just do it here on YouTube, you know. Something like, oh, okay. Something like that. Create these pieces. Make them look somewhat cool. Something like this. Alright. If we make something like the armored plate, right? This needs to be duplicated and put a little bit higher up. We just need to finish this piece off. I'm gonna try to finish like the base for this leg, and then like, yeah, maybe cut the stream there. But I've made it like a base for the legs, because this have taken me a lot of time to just make something like this. But it's starting to look so cool. Have you made any like armor or stuff like that. Because I think armor is very tricky. And yeah, and how is it going with the guinea pig? Or with how is it going with stomach? I mean, sounds like an adorable sculpture. Let's see. I just need to find the reference. I haven't made arm, but I have fixed it and printed lots of it for Warhammer 40k. That's cool. That's cool. Haven't made it, but I have fixed it. Yeah, I think like I'm guessing when you mean fixed it, I mean like put it in positions and like poses, clean it up a bit and stuff like that. What I'm guessing. Yeah, it's tricky, you know, how to make the shapes flow together when you don't really have a super well reference for it, you know, because we don't really have too much armor today. Like medieval armor, we have a lot in cool stuff in movies and stuff like that. But it can be difficult to see in movies how it's actually the armor is actually like looks and how it's like works with the different kind of poses and stuff like that. I like this like line right here. You see here, like that. Sometimes when you transfer a file from Blender to STL, it doesn't print right, so you have to adjust some pieces or figure out why it isn't printing correctly. Sometimes it's a computer issue, other times it's a file issue, then other times it's a printer issue. Alright, wait, I'm just gonna read that again. Sometimes when you transfer a file from Blender to STL, it doesn't print right, so you have to adjust some pieces or figure out why it isn't printed correctly. Sometimes it's the computer issue, other times it's a file issue, then other times it's a printer issue. Yeah, I had like one time when I printed, I had forgotten to make, you know, the platform where you print on top of. It wasn't really leveled. So yeah, that was a fun printing story. I got, you know, the printing stuff like got like a spider web. It got looks so weird. Kind of cool, but not very helpful, you know, when the entire printer just became like a big spider web. Should we maybe actually just... Let's see here. This should be more straight, right? When I first got my printer, I had to update the firmware, and it almost broke my printer. Oh yeah, it was an issue with in the wrong spot. Almost broke your printer. That sounds, yeah, that doesn't sound like a fun story. But did everything go alright? And the printer working properly? Would it work properly? We take something like this. Let's try to figure out how the overall shapes are supposed to be. By the way, I will send you an update tomorrow about the project. Yeah, great. Great. Sounds great. I was actually going to ask you about that. Yeah. Oh yeah, after 2 weeks of fighting with it, I figured it out and started to learn the process. Oh, that sounds harsh, yeah. Okay, have a good one. I need to go start dinner. Have fun, great work, enjoy your week. Oh, thank you. I hope you had a great week as well. Have a nice one. Is the like, how is it going with the project? I know you can't like talk too much details here on YouTube, but yeah, you send me details tomorrow. Perfect. Let's see. But the arm is starting to look pretty sick now. This is going to look so sick when the armor is done. And I have started to learn how to like block out like character stuff a little bit quicker, more time efficiently. I still think it's kind of like a process, you know? It's still pretty difficult. Let's see here. Yep, I will send you everything tomorrow. Perfect. Perfect. How did the like guinea pig sculpture turn out? Can you like maybe send a picture if you'd like to on Discord so I can check it out? Alright, let's see here. Let's see. So we have all this stuff. She looked so beautiful. I love, I love guinea pigs, yeah. More than people. Alright, alright. Yeah, it's something really like calming with like being around animals, I think. I need to sculpt my dog one day. Yeah, I should do that on like a stream or something. Sculpt my dog. Cause she's getting a little bit older now, actually. Let's see here. Should I make this? Now is the question. How do we make this? Alright, it seems like I'm getting some problems with this like stream. So I don't know if the best thing is just to end the stream right here actually. Yeah. Or do you guys see any bigger problems with the stream? How's it going? Is it alright? Let's see here. So, yeah, here it needs to be a little bit smoother because this is against the leg. Alright, something like this, and at the side it should be pretty sharp. It's supposed to connect with this part. Part right here. Alright, now it seems like the streaming problems are away. So let's just finish this up, guys. Yeah, but guinea pigs are adorable. Let's see here. Something like this, just adding some more volume, trying to create or shape of this like knight armor. Yeah, I really think it's quite difficult to create armor like this. Gonna be cool then when you can like texture the armor and create all the details. That's gonna be kinda awesome. That's gonna be so awesome. Alright, let's see here. Something like that. And then here, we can't have that sharp corner there. Sorry, I lost connection. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it said that the like streaming would be something weird with streaming. Now it's gone. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem anymore. What do you think? Like layering the armor, something like that? Then I want like these layers right here as well. Just take this. Whoops. Take that. Drag it upwards. Smooth this down. Smooth it all. Something like that. And then something like this. Do you have any ideas on how to like improve the armor, or do you have any thoughts? Or maybe how to improve the channel or anything like that? Just interested in hearing your thoughts. Alright, let's see here. Something like this. Yeah. Let's see. And then right here. I think that needs to be kind of removed. And let's see here. Then we need to modify, delete it, and zero mesh. Okay, groups. That's kind of what I wanted. Then now is the more annoying part, just having to put these edges back in the corners. Have to put all this back. I don't know. I think it looks good that way. All right. Thank you. Great. I like how. Then I want this like. You see here it has like this like light source kinda in here, this light source here. We'll see how I make that into the like renders later. I have no clue, because I need to make it look kinda cool. Maybe work with some kind of Photoshop or After Effects as well. We get that effect working properly. Yeah, that would be kind of awesome, you know, working with multiple software. This character is actually for like school project. We're having like this film classes, so I'm just supposed to create this for that. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's see. So how many softwares do I work on? So I know some basic Photoshop, some basic After Effects. I can use Blender somewhat. Maya, I'm pretty sure. I like Maya, Zbrush, Substance Painter. And what more do I have? Do I have anything more? Yes, probably something more, but I don't really remember. But that's basically basics, you know, some basic 3D softwares. But that's always fun. Whoa, here we can create like some kind of curve. That would be pretty sick. Curve here. Right, so now we're gonna see how this actually... Oh, now we have a problem with the stream again. Perfect. No. Yeah, if this doesn't like end soon, I'm gonna turn off the stream. But right now I just wanna push through like the work with the legs. Yeah, and the good thing about Zbrush is that you learn new stuff every time you try something new. Yeah, Zbrush. It's an amazing software, I think. I really, really love like just learning new things in Zbrush, and the way of creating armor. I think it's really fascinating that you actually can make like cool and sweet looking armor and like robots and stuff like that inside of Zbrush. That's awesome, you know? I think Zbrush is such an excellent software. How long have you worked on the guinea pig, if I may ask? Yeah, every time you like open up Zbrush, you learn a lot of things, and you have like all those different brushes that you can try if you'd like, you know. You have so many options. You don't have to use all the options, but you have the options there if you need to, or if you just want to explore the like software. I think of like 3D and stuff like this, kind of like a game. You have like all these things you can explore, but you can also just do like the level. Like now I'm like making these like armor, like yeah, like a level in a video game kinda. It took me about 3 hours, I guess. Alright, yeah. And I didn't do red topology or anything. Now, what do you think about red topology? 3 hours, that's pretty quick, or pretty fast. Yeah, about... So that's nice. So, I haven't... did you post it on Discord? So I can take a look? I don't have Discord open right now, so... If you have, I will go and look. But what do you think about retopology? I don't find it super fun, but it can be very fun sometimes, like a puzzle, you know? So you can kind of like... no, it's on my other PC. Oh, alright. I will send it to you when I open it. Oh, alright. Nice. Yeah, but topology, that's an interesting like topic, I think. I've learned a lot about topology in the like last... Yeah, I've learned a lot last time. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but yeah, topology is at least like a puzzle, and it can be very fun. A pain. Alright. Yeah, I think topology can actually be pretty fun. Yeah, but I can also say it can be a pain. Yeah, I think animation is more fun. Yeah, animation. I don't know how to animate like anything, you know. I know some like... I don't know how to animate. I know how to like kind of sculpt. some how to sculpt characters and stuff like that. That's kind of what I know. And kind of what I like enjoy. That's what I enjoy the most. I did animate back in day, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to learn animating again, but that's probably gonna be a like further down the road. So what do you usually animate? What do you like animating, if I may ask? Problem with the stream again, come on. Yeah, I don't hope it will be too much of trouble. Let's see here how this actually looks. It follows the overall shape of the leg, that's great. You need to be following the overall shape. That started to look really sick. Really, really cool. Give me 1 second. Don't learn animation is the shortest road to be unseen. Oh, alright. But have you seen like the animations in like big Hollywood blockbusters? Looks pretty cool. Yeah, but I think I'm going to actually keep mostly to like sculpture. And now I'm actually starting to like creating armor, so probably gonna create a lot more armor. I like this like a nice shape for it. It's like an S, you see? Whoop. Looks pretty cool. Now I'm kind of starting to get all the plates in place. Then I maybe have some plate on the back, and then I'm kind of done for this evening. Are you learning something new in 3D, or is it mostly Zbrush and... Oh yeah, is it mostly Zbrush or something else you're working? Another program, or... Let's see here. Right, let's... Whoa. That doesn't look very nice, so let's... This just reference, I see there are plates on armor right here, and a lot of armor. And then when this gets thickness and everything, then it's gonna have to be like moved around and try to get some kind of like nicer planes and stuff like that, of course. But that's a little bit further down the road, I would say. Something like that. Something like that. That looks kind of cool. That looks kind of cool. Alright, so something like this. Yeah, I see that's a lot of trouble with the like stream right now. So that's not super good. Yeah. That's no good. Let's see, can I close anything more? No, I can't. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Doesn't seem to be working a lot more on the stream. Sorry for that. I'm just gonna finish up these legs either way. See if the overall quality will return. Let's see. Let's just wait and see. That would be pretty sick if we could get all these armor plates back like this. That would be pretty cool. Something like this, that would be pretty cool. I won't lie. That would be pretty cool. Just to get the armor. Like here. Like so. Like here, you can see, just I want this to line up. I want this armor to kind of line up. And that can be a little bit tricky, I won't lie. Alright, let's see here. Doesn't really have to line up. Oh yeah, whoa, yeah, it actually do line up. So that's pretty sick. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like just looking at the references. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's a lot of problems with the stream, I can see that. Yeah, I think we just call it an evening there. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I really hope that most of the streaming was alright. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, I will be streaming soon again. So yeah, I wish you guys a wonderful evening and a good week. See you. Bye.